Welcome everybody back to our next episode of Gabbing with Gator, and a little change here in the forefront. So again, I'm Brendan, thanks for joining me, and sitting next to me is not Mike this time, that is Ashley. Ashley is the president of Gator-RC, and she is joining us for today's episode. So with that being said, obviously we're following up our Christmas episode. If you didn't catch it, make sure you scroll back down through this page or YouTube, wherever you're watching this from, and you catch that. They've been pretty entertaining.
Yeah.
They've been very entertaining. But only because you're watching, so I applaud your efforts. Thank you. Make sure you hit that like button. Comment down below. We always ask a business question and a personal question, which is always exciting because I never know the answers I'm going to get. And they come from your comments. So when you have something that pops up in your head, please put it down in the comments below, and I'll do the best that I can to make sure that we ask all those questions. So with that being said, the Christmas episode was fantastic. I got to spend some time with Santa here in his workshop. And the question that have come up out of that episode, we talked about containers coming in. We have all kinds of different manufacturers that we have containers coming in with their airplanes, and the one was about Sebart specifically. And they want to know, customer wanted to know what is on the Sebart, what's new and exciting, because obviously they're probably, Sebart's the top of their list going here into the new year. So why don't you shed some light on that for us?
Yeah, so we have been working super hard with Sebart personally and Seba, and pushing to get new schemes. So some of the schemes, if you're a Sebart fan, you know that some of the schemes have been out for probably 20 to 30 years at this point. And although they're great, we just needed something new in this market. So we pushed really hard to work on some of the things that are coming out, and we're really excited because we've got few new schemes on the Avanti, and that's going to come in multiple sizes. So obviously the Mini is the favorite, and
Mini is by far the favorite.
By far the favorite. So we're getting tons of those coming in, and we'll show you some of the schemes that are coming in. So we have yellow, black, silver, which has been around, so that's not anything new. And then we've got the red, white, black, gold, which will be nothing new.
That was the just plain crazy one. And if you're interested in turbines or how to get into them, and we'll talk about more of what we have here on the counter in a second, but if you're interested in getting into turbines, that's kind of budget friendly. That's a really great first model to explore that. Make sure you check out the Just Plain Crazy channel. That stuff is in there, how to get into it and how to build that model specifically with a turbine.
Yeah, that's a great series if you're looking to get into that. And then the two new ones that we have coming are going to be a blue-white scheme and then an orange-white scheme, and we're pretty excited about those ones.
Awesome.
So.
And so we got the Mini series.
Yes.
What else is going to be coming in on that container? What type of other models do they produce?
Yeah, so all the Mini series. So we've got the BEA Hawk.
So the story behind that is I've learned vocabulary is important with you people on social media, and forever, and I do certain things. So you may not have seen it as much as I have, but the word assemble or build is that's a hot button with a lot of people, and sometimes we poke the bear on purpose, okay? But the other one is with the Bayhawk, because a lot of people get wound up over that. It's BAE, but
I call it Bayhawk.
I call
you
it
call
Bayhawk.
it Bayhawk.
I call it because it's important to me, right? I love the Hawk, so it's my Bay. It's before anyone else, and that's what it stands for. So before you head to the comments section, I hope you caught the whole explanation of the Bayhawk. But anyway, so we have the Mini series, yes.
And then we have the MB339 coming in that Mini series, and the Albatross. So those are the Minis that are coming in. We've got the 1.9 Avanti that'll come in the new schemes. We've got the Miss Ultimate biplane that's coming in both the sizes, so the larger and the smaller. That one also is going to have a brand new scheme that's really cool. It's kind of a checkered red, black, white sort of look, and then we're getting the classic white with orange, red, blue.
Nice.
We're getting a couple of new planes that haven't been out yet. So we're getting the Apollo and the
Giles.
The Giles.
So pattern stuff. So
Yes.
if you guys are interested in something that's more pattern-esque, Sebart's got a lot of neat choices
Yes.
there. So, and maybe you're into the pattern in F3A, which I talk about a lot because that's a new nuance for me and something that I didn't know was out there. I always thought they're weird looking airplanes. I still think they're weird looking airplanes, but God, do they fly nice. And they're so intricately built. But if you, and I've had the chance to fly some now, and if you fly a pattern plane, it really shows you what you're not great at. So it is a whole new aspect, and obviously what Mike is really skilled with and what he prefers to fly. But F3A link at the top of the Gator-RC page if you want to go and check out more of just that pattern world.
And if you didn't know, Seba really probably started in that world. That's kind of where he flew for a really long time. He's moved personally more probably to the 3D side, but so he's very knowledgeable when it comes to the pattern stuff. His pattern ships are unbelievably built and constructed, and we're excited to get some new lines. We're also getting the Angel 50, which is a smaller pattern plane, but also can cross over to sport. So that one we're getting in some new schemes.
You have a PC, right? You have a Pilatus.
Yeah, the
also.
Pilatus we're getting too. We're getting more of the Mytho, so that's a huge popular hit. Those are coming in new color schemes as well. So we kind of revamped a lot of the models that were coming in, which is why it's been so long for us to go through this process of getting it right. We didn't want to just bring stuff in just to bring it in. We can do that, but we knew it was time to sort of push the envelope here and get some new things going on in the U.S. market. So we're super excited about this new container that's coming. And
that's awesome.
Pre-order should be up by now, and if it's not, it'll come soon.
And obviously it's limited, right? So containers, we talked about a container coming in from them, and there's only so much space in there. So that means only so many models. So that means only so many people can grab that stuff. I know the mini series as I take my Avanti out, mine turbine powered, like I said, but there's so many people that love that airframe and want to do different things with it. So out here on the table, because obviously you've spoken, Gator's listened, they've partnered with JP, so we have some new to Gator JP fan units. So we have the 90 EDF version and also the 120. Partnered with the 160 amp ESC for those packages. So if you're not looking to go with the turbine route, right? They have kits for the turbine conversions, and that's what I used in mine, and that's worked out great. You can also stick with the EDF, and you are getting a composite airframe with built-up balsa wings and stabs. So again, a really nice precision, good-looking flying airframe. Now with new schemes, I could tell you the one that you just saw pop up there earlier, the orange one, is now my favorite. So maybe something else in the works.
Maybe we'll do a build series on that one again.
Maybe we'll do a build series, EDF version wise.
There you go. I like
so
that.
that's fantastic. So let you guys know if you're looking to pick up something EDF version, turbine version, the mini series with the Bayhawk, the L39, the Avanti.
Yeah, the minis are going to go fast. I get called probably on a daily basis asking, when are these coming back in? When are these coming back in? So I would definitely pre-order. They won't last long. They should be here end of March. That's what we're hoping for. So at this point, we're hoping that the container will be here ready to ship end of March.
Okay, and so there you heard it. Things won't last long. They are on pre-order now, so get to it, www.gator-rc.com. Link down in the description here below as well. So that kind of wraps up the Sebart information. So question, you ready for the other question? Okay, here we go. So the question I have for you is flying. You don't currently fly.
I do not.
You've been involved obviously in the RC airplane side of things forever. Obviously growing up in an airplane flying environment. Have you ever tried your hand at it, and how did that go?
So I don't fly, and I haven't for a really long time. I think I was probably, the story goes that I was probably 9.
Perfect age to get started, by the way. Drag the youth. The youth is important to this hobby.
And my dad, obviously, is Mike, if you didn't already know that. So my dad is who you've been seeing on Gabbing with Gator. But he took me out with my sister when I was probably around 9. And he recollects it a lot more than I do. I don't really recall, so it's kind of through story, but...
selective. That's what they call it, selective.
He buddy boxed me up, and I think I flew for about 2 minutes, and then the plane just took a deep dive that my dad couldn't get out of. So we definitely crashed a plane on my first flight, and my only flight ever, so I don't fly. It's not my cup of tea, but I've been answering phones here now for 6 years, I think, and I've learned so much about
right into the
right
dirt.
into the dirt.
We had to get a shovel to get it out of the ground.
Mike just said we had to use a shovel to get it out of the ground.
I don't remember it, to be honest.
What type of plane was this?
It was an airplane. It was called a Venus.
A Venus.
So it's like a pattern plane,
Venus
right?
Too. Great airplane. I had an unbelievable
was a
engine.
great airplane.
She was diving at about 150 miles an hour, all right? And I went to pull it out and the wing snapped and it went in like a long putt.
Mike said he went to pull it out. I don't know if that'll come through on the mic or not, and the wing snapped and it lawn darted in there. But I'm gonna side with you on this one, because if you're on the other end of the buddy box, it's always your fault if that plane.
100% not my fault.
Yes,
100%.
100% not her fault. You know, sometimes we really have to mold and mentor the youth, and
Yes.
maybe you didn't have a great instructor at the time. If you're ever interested, I got a guy. I know somebody,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
But as always, well, that's a fantastic
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
I love it. So I think for this episode that wraps it up. We appreciate you guys for joining us for another episode of Gabbing with Gator. This is so much fun to do. Again, down in the comment, we try and stick to one personal question, one business question. So please feel free to throw it down in the comments. Make sure you follow the Gator and the Just Plain Crazy pages, that you follow those, like those, share those. And obviously we post different content all over the place, whether it's on Instagram, whether it is on Facebook, whether it is on YouTube, and whether it's on the F3A site, the Sebart site, the Seagull site, but most importantly, the Gator site that you're watching this probably from now. So with that being said, we got to get out of here. We have some things to get done before the boss yells at us and gets us in trouble. So, all right, we're going to do this together here. You ready? So till the next time, we will see you later, alligator.